Hello again, my friends. I would like you to close your eyes and take a moment to think about someone famous. And maybe it's someone that you look up to, whether there's someone we've learned about in history, maybe an athlete, maybe the author of a book you like, maybe someone in a movie. But just take a moment, and when you have that person in your head, I want you to think about, why is that person famous? How do we know so much about that person? So go ahead and open your eyes. Maybe you thought of someone like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Seuss, LeBron James, Steph Curry, even JoJo Siwa, which I know a lot of you guys watch her. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, all of these kinds of people. Steve Jobs. I mean, I could go on and on and on. There's people that we talk about and learn about all the time. But how are we learning about these people? It's because someone wrote it down. Maybe that person wrote it down. Maybe they took pictures, they took videos, they post about it on the internet. We see it on the news, on TV. Someone somewhere had to tell a story about this person, right? That's the only way that they became famous and important to us. So with that said, I don't know if you guys know this, but you are writing history right now. Yes, you, all of you, are a part of history. With this whole COVID-19 coronavirus lockdown craziness going on, this is a really big moment in history. And I don't know if you guys are aware of that. It's not only affecting me and you and your families, it's bigger than John Sloat. It's bigger than Sacramento. It's bigger than California. It's bigger than the United States. It's affecting the whole world. The whole world. Our whole planet. That's 6 billion people's lives that are being affected. So I would assume that this event is pretty important, right? So years from now, when we're looking back on it, this is the kind of event that's going to be taught in schools. Kids that are your age now will be learning about what we are going through right now. That is how crazy this time is. But how are we supposed to remember what happened during this time? How are we going to be able to teach this to kids in the future? How are we going to put this in history textbooks or make a movie or documentary about it? It's all on people like you. It is your job to write it down. You are the ones who are writing history. So I challenge you from this day forward, especially during this next month that we are not in school, I want you to start keeping a journal for yourselves, whether you're writing it down in a notebook. Maybe you make video recordings of yourself like I am right now, and you can just talk about your day that way. Maybe you can take pictures of what you're doing. You could draw pictures of what you're doing. There are so many different ways to record our daily lives. And it might not seem important to you right now because you're waking up and you're eating breakfast, and then maybe you talk with your mom, and then maybe you play some Fortnite, and then maybe you read a book. And that might all seem silly to write down because it's stuff you do every day. But I promise you, in the future, there are going to be kids who want to learn about this time, and they want to know what it was like to live and survive during the coronavirus pandemic. And I will challenge myself too to join you guys in recording history. We could be the writers of a history textbook one day. So from this day forward, March 31st, you have 34 days until I see you again. And I expect that you will start recording what you're doing with your lives. And I hope that you choose to share it with me as well, whether you're sending it to me, if you're posting it on Class Dojo, however it is. But I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say because it's important. You are the voice of our future. And just promise me that you won't forget about me one day when all of your writing and recordings and pictures make history. Sound good? Thanks, Moon 9.